Alright guys, so I'm late. I was out, those of you who follow me. Yeah, I'm fighting going to sleep right now. But today for Sugar Me Saturday, T1D Lifestyles, we're talking about some of the annoying things that type 1s as well as non-type 1 diabetics say. And I have a couple, but I have a feeling some of the ones that I say is gonna get heavy backlash. But I have to say them because it is an annoyance to me. So I want to say the first one is when people hear that I'm a type 1 and that I have to take insulin, they automatically assume that, well, I have the bad type of diabetes and that I'm only taking insulin because I don't know how to control my diabetes. Yeah, that's a little frustrating, and it goes to show the ignorance of the person saying it. So usually what I do when that happens is I correct them and I inform them the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes and why I will be taking insulin until the day I die. So it's one of the annoying ones. Everyone knows, like, every time you tell someone you're a diabetic or a type 1, or no, every time someone hears diabetic, for some reason they don't hear type 1 or type 2 or gestational. They don't hear any of that. They just hear diabetic, and their first connection is, oh my God, my grandmother or my best friend or my friend's friend had it and they died from it, or they had this amputated and all of this. And I'm just like, so what does that have to do with me? Like, they're not me. I know what I've been doing with my diabetes, so I don't really need to hear what they did with their diabetes, and I don't understand the connection between their diabetes and my diabetes. Like, that just irks the crap out of me. One of the things that type 1s actually say, which irks me so much, is those questions of, if you can go one day without type 1 diabetes, what would you eat? And I'm just like, I'd eat the same thing I'd eat because I have diabetes. Like, there's no reason why there's anything I can't eat. My body destroyed my ability to make insulin. If I made insulin, I would eat it anyway. So why would me having type 1 and having to inject insulin change what I would and what I wouldn't eat? That I don't get, because it just means I need to give myself insulin that my body no longer gives me anymore. So why would that change if I got to go one day without type 1 diabetes? What would I eat? Like, the same thing I'm eating now. Like, I'm sorry, there's no change in that. I just, now everything I have to eat, I have to make sure I inject the right amount of insulin to cover it. So yeah, really annoying. I hate that question. That question bugs the crap out of me. And ooh, this one is gonna get some backlash for me. So that question, or that comment where a lot of type 1s get frustrated because they say, people say, you know, you're so lucky, at least it's not cancer. And they get so frustrated and so annoyed and so ticked off. Now, let me explain where I'm coming from. I lost my grandmother to breast cancer. My father was in the hospital because of colon cancer. So I know how dangerous and how drastic cancer can be. All I have is type 1 diabetes. So based on my personal history with cancer, yes, I am very happy it's not cancer. I understand when people tell me at least it's not cancer, because I get it. I've lost family to cancer. So in my opinion, I'd rather deal with being a type 1 diabetic than having to deal with having cancer. That's just me. So that is a frustration that I do have, because I know I can take care of my diabetes. Cancer, not all cancers, but certain types of cancers, there's nothing you can do. It is literally a death sentence, and there is no recovery from that. There is no rebounding from that. So I get that. And because I've lost family to cancer, that question I am in total agreement. At least it's not cancer. It's something I can stand by because I know how lucky I am. When I was diagnosed, they tested, because they saw cancer ran in my family, they tested me for every possible type of cancer, everything. And I thankfully came back with nothing. So if I had the choice between cancer or diabetes, I'm sorry, I'm taking diabetes hardcore. No questions, no concerns, no nothing. So like I said, I know I'm going to get some backlash on that comment, because I know a lot of diabetics do feel that, you know, their disease is just as dangerous and everything. And I do admit, yes, it is a time consuming. It is a burden at times. It is something we have to deal with every day. But the plus side is we have a higher percentage of waking up tomorrow morning with type 1 diabetes than a lot of people who do have cancer. Some of them know their lifespan is extremely short and they will not wake up one morning because of that diagnosis. We may have a hypo or something bad may happen. Yes, I do get it. But more likely than not, we can have a better control over being type 1 diabetics than those that have cancer can over having cancer. So, like I said, I know I'm catching backlash for that, but that's just a frustration that I have with the disease. And let's see, I think that's about it. You know, like I do have the people asking me, am I scared that my kids are going to get it? I'm going to give it to them and everything. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm the only one in my family who has this disease. So I don't even know how I got it. So do I wonder if by some miracle I have kids one day, will my kids get it? I don't know, because I don't know how I got it. So that's not a concern for me. But those were the big questions and the annoyances that I deal with every day as a type 1 diabetic. So again, if you want to comment, feel free to comment below. I understand. If you do agree, again, I thank you for agreeing with me. But what are some other annoyances that people, or questions and things like that, that type 1 diabetics and non-type 1 diabetics address you with, and that really irk the crap out of you? Like, let me know, and maybe I'll readdress some of the questions later if I've ever been asked those questions, or what I would do if I've ever been asked those questions. So that's all from me today. I'm so tired. I think I ate too much food, so I think I'm gonna go to sleep right now. But my glucose levels are actually very good, so I actually bolused perfectly for everything I ate today, so happy. All right, guys, have a good evening, and thank you for watching T1D Lifestyle Sugar Me Saturday. Bye.